Hey, everybody, it's Keith, Connor, and Tom from the Mean Boys Podcast.
Yeah.
Check out today's episode with Wendi, Starling, and Megan Rice, host of the Jammers Podcast, which is so says Jammers with a Z, because of course it is, on the Starboard.
Yeah, Jammers, as in Kool-Aid Jammers. I got to figure they spell that with a Z.
They sure do. It's a self-help podcast.
It's a Kool-Aid podcast hosted by two of the most diabetic comedians.
But yeah, check them out. They were fucking great on the show. Listen to them awkwardly roll towards the door because our stupid floor is built on a slant.
Yeah. And follow them on Twitter. All that link will be linked up in the show notes. Also linked in the show notes, ticket links for our live shows in the Pacific Northwest.
Holy goddamn shit. August 9th, we are in Portland, Oregon, doing a live Mean Boys podcast at the Big Legrowski. Growl.
I don't like anything with a fun name, all right? If you got to name it something fun, I don't trust it. But
yeah,
they're the
whimsy
only
and references. Connor's two favorite things in the world.
Yeah, no, they're the only place that emailed us back, all right? You know?
It was either that or Dr. Brew.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I will piss in my mother's face before I do a show at a place called Dr. Brew.
We're going to make that shit happen.
Mark my fucking words. Connor, you get $10,000 to open for your favorite comedian at Dr. Brew. No deal.
Well, the important thing is the Big Legrowski is pretty cool despite having the worst name, and they're letting us perform there.
Yeah, in all seriousness, it does look pretty nice. So come on to that, and the day after that, come out to Jai Tai in Seattle, Washington. We're all doing a trio stand-up show, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Jai Tai, one of my favorite rooms to do comedy in the country. So if you're in Seattle, come to that show. It's going to fucking rule.
Yeah, all
leave
right.
us a review on iTunes. If you leave more reviews, we get to 400. We will put my mother on this show.
Yep.
We will ambush her. We will show her a microphone deep in the Fresno trailer park that she lives in.
Fresno, deep in the
trailer park.
Deep in the Central Valley of California.
Hey, man, sometimes you start talking and then realize you don't really know where you're going.
We will go visit my mother.
Hey,
hello,
everybody, a Nazi whore.
Are you still into problematic rhetoric about race mixing?
Pleased to be awkwardly mocked for being dicked several decades ago.
It is so hot, I am sticking to plastic couch. Wow. Shady Lady 1989 writes, NSFW 5 stars, completely not safe for work, and that's exactly why I listen to it at work all the time. Absolutely the funniest podcast ever. Thanks, Shady Lady 1989.
Yeah, we are a working place podcast.
Yeah.
I do like that. It does feel like there's some small pocket of people that are like, they're using swears.
They done said but.
Like, I just found out this internet thing ain't no FCC. You can say come all you damn want.
Come.
In my house, we called those garage words, but they're everywhere words with the power of podcasting.
May the taint be with everyone.
Oh, guys, you got to get on the Mean Boys subreddit, all right? Until I get in trouble for this subreddit existing, it's not fulfilled its purpose. It's our Mean Boys. Lots of, people can, hey, what's the episode where Kyle Clark is lame? And like, fucking all of them?
Yeah, every episode of this is red.
Yeah. Titillating conversation like that is at your motherfucking fingertips. Go sign up. Subscribe to our Mean Boys. Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. We're at Mean Boys Podcast across the board because guess what? We know a thing or two about cohesive branding, you son of a bitch.
And we got a YouTube channel.
We got you goddamn right we do. All the episodes are up in the fucking YouTube channel. If you're one of those weird Amish people that listens to podcasts on YouTube, nothing better than listening to a podcast on an app that you can't close or that you can't leave the room where your computer is.
Siri, what's the least convenient way to enjoy this media?
Yeah, if you want to sign up for our new Wax Cylinder Club, we'll fax one to you. And also, you got to, we're on Patreon, weekly bonus content, $5 a month, $10 a month. You get a little goodie in the mail. And this month we're doing Van Damme Academy bumper stickers. I put a lot of work into making a fucking cool picture of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I will not rest until we get a cease and desist letter from Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. So
or the school.
Yeah.
I think the school's going to be cool with it.
Yeah, I think.
They're pretentious cunts.
Well, I
mean,
everybody that doesn't let you in
they
is
also
a pretentious
wrote me
cunt.
a letter where they called you an idiot.
Yeah, pretentious.
By that token, the claim jumper by the freeway is run by pretentious cunts.
I've never been a claim jumper.
Yeah, that's exactly. They're pretentious cunts.
They won't let you jump.
I thought it was clam jumper. If I'm being completely honest,
they got this fascist pants only policy at the clam chowder.
I thought this was Claim America. Claim Erica.
Yeah, Clam Erica. That's like a slutty fish or something.
Dating this Clam Erica.
Okay. Well, that's what a great intro, guys. Let's put this one on the fucking refrigerator.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy this week's episode with Wendi, Starling, and Megan Rice of the Jammers Podcast, right here on Mean Boys, K106 Mean.
The Mean.
The Mean.
Hi, and welcome to the Mean Boys Podcast. A kid will not save your relationship. If you don't believe me, ask your parents.
I'm Keith Carey.
I'm Connor McSpadden.
I'm Wendi Starling.
I'm Megan Rice.
And I'm...
the person of interest when Wendi goes missing.
I'm a scary man.
Yeah, Tom looks... he doesn't look like he's murdered a woman, but he's the first guy you'd be like, well, maybe him, and then, nah, he's gentle and just kind of slow.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he murdered anyone. He's just got her locked up in the basement.
Yeah.
He feeds her well.
Look at this, my bracelets are attached to each other.
I feel like Tom really missed his true calling of being like photographed in the background of a crime. And speculate that he's like an FBI hit person, you know? Like, because first of all, you look blurry in real life. So in a photo, I'm going to be unable to identify you. And people are like, oh, this guy, who would wear that hockey shirt in Dallas, Texas in 1963?
Is Tom eating a big sloppy hot dog in the Zapruder film?
Yeah. Like, ooh, the CIA shows records of one T. Goss making a phone call to the president hours before.
I gotta say that when I was flying back from New York, when I'm on my layover, I got a text from my roommate saying, hey, I borrowed your shirt. I didn't ask. I'm sorry. I messaged you $10. I was like, you don't have to do that. You can just take the shirt. I get home and I go, oh, how'd the audition? He goes, it was good. You're going to hate why I took the shirt. I had to play a homeless guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, yeah, Opie pulled me out of my room, and he's like, yo, do I look homeless enough? And then, he looks super homeless. And then he gets to the audition. I get another text from him, and he's like, man, I over homeless. Because I'm supposed to just be a Bama that recycles. and he says, I'm in the room with a bunch of out and about looking ass N-words. And I'm over here looking like this, so he was just really embarrassed.
Well, what was dumb about it is, like, the word he used was not homeless, was impoverished. And, like, when I picture him in a giant, like, Ranger shirt, I was like, is he from one of those, like, African countries where, like, they get the losing Super Bowl jersey?
Yeah, he really overdid it, but, you know, being a Nigerian with a bunch of Buffalo Bills merch, you know.
Speaking of people who make homeless look good, Wendi Starling and Megan Rice.
Oh, thank you.
Segue had to find one.
I love it.
That's the nicest thing anyone said to me ever.
I know.
Oh, that's real sad, but makes sense.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it does make sense, and it is sad.
Yeah. And you guys host the Jammers podcast, also on the Starburns Network.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, we have concurrent corporate overlords. Tell us about the show a little bit.
Well, it's a selfish help podcast.
Okay.
And
it's bullshit.
God.
So
So
it's
you guys
bullshit.
already had your branding meeting.
Yeah.
Little selfish help podcast.
And not only is that the brand for the show, we had to get tattoos of selfish helpers on the back of our necks.
Oh,
There's
did you
a barcode.
really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's such a bad idea.
I have so many bad tattoos. I was like, what's one more?
People have gotten tattoos of our podcast, and I'm like, you fuck it. You don't know what I'm going to do.
It makes me want to do something terrible just to fuck them over.
Oh, I know, yeah. I mean, as soon as I get enough money to support, like, a coke problem and, like, a racial outburst, then I'm immediately just going to make everybody have to regret their fucking $40 God is Dead tattoos.
Fucking Kramer McSpadden.
Yeah, so sorry. It's your podcast.
It's about helping people once they've gotten out of jail.
Okay.
So you should listen.
Right.
Oh yeah,
for your future.
That reminds me, when I worked at Ross, we had these things called rehab vouchers, where like the government would pay to get you a pair of job interview clothes if you were out of prison. And I was filling one out for a woman sometime who had like her little blazer and her blouse or whatever to go get a fucking job at a Walmart. And her name was Bernamberly.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
That's never been anyone's name. That's not a name.
And I just remember being like, of course, this is what you're here for.
Her parents decided her future the moment she was born.
Ma wanted a Bernadette, and I wanted an Amberly, and we both wanted her to die at 25, so we figured Bernamberly.
Yeah, we settled on a 55-year-old food stamp recipient.
Yeah. No, she was like, she looked like she'd like aged out of the Kid Rock video hoe circuit, and was left like, you know, stealing copper wiring in Ontario.
What is the difference between selfish help and self-help, or is it just trying to brand something that already exists?
No, it's us. The reason we
selfish bitches.
Well,
It's
the
really-
reason that we started.
What? Entitled white women, get right out of town.
I know.
It's impossible.
Well, the reason we started the
You,
podcast,
Wendi with an I?
I know. It's Wendi Bernamberly Starling.
Megan with, I assume, several Y's or some
there's
bullshit?
there's a lot of silent Z's in the middle of my name for some reason.
No, we started it as an excuse to talk to each other just as a reason to talk to each other because I moved to New York and Megan's still here in LA, and so we're like, should we do like a show and where we can talk to each other and make people listen to it?
Because we weren't going to talk to each other for nothing, not record it. What a waste.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not going to have a friendship that's not also a product.
Look, as a modern entertainer, it is your duty to monetize everything that brings you joy. Okay?
Yes.
You can't have a hobby unless you got a corresponding Twitch stream, or else you're just leaving money on the table. Which is usually what your clients do. Hey,
they're hookers. Well, we've gotten into Lazy Dice very early.
I just want to make you guys feel like this is the Gas Digital West Embassy. You know?
Oh, I already feel that way.
I can see it on your face.
Well, and it is comforting for two women to walk into a room with three men who look like escaped convicts, and instead of curtains, we just have like sheets stapled. I was going to say tapes to make a joke, but they are stapled.
They're nailed.
I'll have you know,
hammered in.
I used a lightly stolen IKEA drill to put up these curtains.
They're blackout and soundproof. No one can hear you scream.
This used to be my bedroom, and it was real weird bringing a girl back here and being like, "No, I promise, I just want to fuck you and not murder you."
Well, yeah. I don't think I've never seen like a domestic dispute call made in this neighborhood, and I hear fights constantly. Do you remember when we walked out and those homeless guys just fought like on the street for like 20 minutes and everyone was just watching? And we were at a certain point we were like, shouldn't somebody have called somebody?
Yeah, we're just watching like the ghetto Aurora Borealis. We're like, miracle of nature.
Yeah. Like
two tweakers just knocking each other's remaining tooth out.
So yeah, you're back. How's it like being back in LA or whatever?
I like watching Connor.
I don't know what you're supposed to say on a podcast.
Yeah,
really.
this is what's great about this is we all at this point have podcasts, but we all started doing open mics together, so this feels like a real fuck around show.
Oh yeah,
and we all know none of us are professionals.
Yeah, so I don't know why we were trying to act like grown-ups. I think every time there's a girl in the studio, we feel like we have to like be on our best behavior.
We're barely women.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been farting the entire time. I put on no airs.
It's weird that you're the gross one surrounded by me and Tom.
Well, because I can afford to be. You guys don't have the luxury of grossness.
You've earned fart leniency.
Yeah. I mean, if I gross it up, I'm still like, cleaning your clocks.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
And I did notice the very strong scent of Axe deodorant as you reached over to adjust my mic, and so I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, I don't wear Axe. It's just regular whatever the cheapest speed stick is. I think
you look like you naturally emit Axe body spray.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you have just like a date rape pheromone that comes out of you.
Yeah.
So are you guys comfortable?
All right. Well, we hit a wall real quick. It's time for the Mexican joke off, everybody.
Topical.
Oh yeah, but so what's the Celsius energy drink? I heard.
It's fucking terrible.
I feel like I am on a bunch of cocaine. I chugged one. I got up early and went to the gym, and then I was like, I'm going to knock out an energy
read
drink.
the ingredients?
Oh please, it's don't worry. It has 7 essential vitamins.
Oh yeah, right here, 50 milligrams. Father's love. That's what's going on.
40% of your daily recommended allowance of just fire.
Yeah, the fuck
straight
off
up fire.
Fuck out putting riboflavin in an energy drink. Who do you think you are?
What the fuck is riboflavin?
It's one of those essential vitamins.
It counterbalances the Adderall that's in there.
You guys can just do drugs.
It's just a word that Dr. Frink says in The Simpsons to sound humorous. Oh, okay, yeah. There's like too much.
There's a lot of shit.
Text. There's like a whole paragraph.
There's more shit.
You asked to read the ingredients, and then you were like, "There's words in this."
I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to riff or something. I'm in a bad mood.
Me too.
Well, we'll wait for
We're
Connor
all
to.
in bad moods. That's
Oh no, I meant trying to riff. I'm fine.
Yeah, no, I'm in a great mood.
Oh,
You're like, I'm not trying to riff. I'm trying to find out the exact ingredients of Celsius.
Yeah. What is the point of this podcast if I can't know the ingredients to energy drinks?
Can you guys calm down? I'm trying to sulk over here.
This is a great ad for Celsius we're cutting. Just like it's full of things we don't understand. We fear and respect them.
I just drank some. Wow, okay, let's do the podcast.
Yes. That's all we
Celsius,
needed.
and it will turn you into a louder mopey cunt.
Yes. European Fahrenheit.
All right, I'll take it away. I'll take it away for the joke off. A new study linked beef jerky consumption to those hospitalized for violent psychotic episodes. One patient's mother tearfully said he seemed normal, but then one day he just snapped into a Slim Jim. It's a thing that happened, man.
Keith just tries to take all the food-related news stories, so when I turn them into fat jokes about him, I
fuck me for trying to write a joke instead of just beating a dead horse.
Well, speaking of that, after 20 years, Chick-fil-A is retiring their holiday cow calendars. In a related story, Keith's mother has filed for unemployment. She spent 20 years as the best centerfold the Chick-fil-A Corporation has ever seen.
Wait,
Wait, they're getting rid of the cow or just for the calendar?
Just for the calendar,
The
yeah.
holiday
They're
I
not
didn't
doing
know they
the
had a
calendar.
calendar.
Well,
How do you not call it a
I was
calendar?
about to
Yes,
say,
yeah. Everyone got mad about that immediately. Like, why did you? No.
Chick-fil-A, please hire me.
Well, I mean, I didn't almost do that joke because I'm like, well, Keith's mother's actually emaciated from years of just like, drug use. And
Yeah,
whatnot.
my mom looks like a kind of hot skeleton. Like
Yeah.
that's.
Who would buy a Chick-fil-A calendar? Who's
I think
like
they're free.
Okay,
Yeah,
that makes
seems
more
like,
sense.
That seems like that's actually the placemat when they serve you your food.
Okay.
The calendar is underneath.
They make you take it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be weird. If
It was a pretty good article because it was just a bunch of like fat women in the Midwest with 8 Twitter followers going like, "How will I raise my children in a world without the Chick-fil-A cow calendar?"
How will they know it's Movember? All right, Wendy, you're up.
Oh God, I have to do a Mexican joke off.
You're supposed to write jokes.
Oh,
yeah.
son of a bitch! I didn't read that part of it. I'm sorry.
She didn't tell me anything.
Ah, terrific.
Okay,
I-
cool.
Well, look. Here's
Now it feels like one of those videos where I'm trying to get hard while a Russian woman yells at me.
I know. Well, that is my joke. Is actually I lied. My joke is an act out. You have to try to get hard
No.
while I describe what I think the calendar should be.
I'm sweaty and on Zoloft. It's not happening.
Oh, Zoloft really knocks out a boner.
Yeah.
Don't most things, except for boner pills.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I did overnight some Viagra for our TV thing next week. So
Oh, shit,
That was
yeah.
what was in that package. So yeah, I got you, bro.
Nice. It's very important that you don't give any context to that sentence.
Well, we legally can't, but we can
Yeah.
tease it.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, well, I
They're
guess-
gonna have sex.
Yeah.
All right, so that's me.
Yeah.
All right, a Russian spy gained. A Russian
start.
spy. Okay, take 3. A Russian spy gained jobs from people of influence through sex and relationships. Wow, sounds like a real vote digger.
No.
Take-
No, Tom. You're bad.
yes, I know.
I think me and Wendy still won over that one.
Just by omission.
Look, I don't promise funny. I promise words. All right, you guys are expecting too much from me.
And sometimes we get worse.
Yeah, sometimes.
All right, here's an upsetting one. Soap opera actor Corey Sly was convicted of child molestation. The Young and the Restless is both his biggest credit and a pretty accurate description of his victims.
Yeah, I wonder how do they. Yeah, let's not get into that discussion.
Yeah, I saw the wheels turn, and you're like, nah, we're not famous enough for this conversation.
Because I'm trying to think, like, if I was a kid and I'm getting raped or whatever, I'm probably am I trying to squirm away? I mean, I did start wrestling when I was 5, so I probably would be like, all right, do the snake like you practice,
Or you just lean into it.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
It's like, I'm a fun kid.
Just like
Cool
slip
kid.
of some Zoloft here. This hurts me.
Hey,
The drug hero.
you want to have some of this Pez?
Man, this is a dark reboot of Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Take a mid-rape snack break.
An 18-year-old Trump supporter lost his wrestling scholarship after using a homophobic slur at a protest. He said in a statement, "It turns out hatred is the gayest thing of all." I did these like 30 minutes ago. Like, I don't know.
That joke is real vote digger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you so much, Tom.
Yeah.
Just like I am going to call this joke back. I love
The one that didn't work.
For the next hour, every 2 minutes.
You guys can't give away
That-
the secret recipe.
Well,
more,
guys,
more
that
of
was-
a joke digger.
That was the podcast. Thanks for coming on the show. You have
I'm
any
here
dates
to
or
ruin
anything?
everything.
Anything you want to plug or anything?
God, verbally picking up his basketball and going home because he can't dunk.
Hey, so what?
Solid work, champ.
The only thing you can dunk is donuts, buddy. Talking about how fat you are.
Man,
Yeah.
roasted, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's a food. You got me.
Yeah, you would know. You know a
The
lot
old
about
classic
foods.
McSpadden. Name a food, look at me disdainfully.
Yeah, it's all you really have to do.
Yeah. Speaking of food,
Keith has tips.
fish
Wendi just texted Starburns, "There goes the neighborhood."
fishermen off the coast of Florida saw a Goliath groper eat an entire shark. Keith Carey then appeared saying, "You call that a meal? This is a meal," then swallowed an entire Burger King.
All right, well, first of all, we proved that I guess just naming a food and
Vote
pointing at me
digger.
doesn't work.
Vote digger. Okay?
Also,
I mean,
Tom,
there's
it's
not a
very
lot of
important to
Burger
me to
Kings
tell you
by
that
the
the fish
beach,
is
yeah.
called a grouper and not a groper.
Well,
That's a different fish. That's a very different fish.
Goliath
All right.
groper is from the last joke I did. So he's big and he's got hands.
Grouper, why? It's spelled very gropey. I don't know what you want from me.
A woman bit a man's nose off and swallowed it. The victim is expected to recover, but says he most likely will not be taking Wendi Starling on a second date.
Well, if he wasn't doing all that cocaine, I wouldn't have had to take his nose. It's called share. It's a date. I offered to pay for half of the meal, okay?
Yeah.
I'm a very cool feminist, all right? I'm a hip lady. I haven't seen Nanette, and I will split the bill with you, all right? But if you're not going to give me your cocaine, I will eat your nose or lick your asshole wherever you're putting the drugs.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, one of those sounds like way more fun than the other.
Yeah.
I will either buy you a puppy or kill your dad. Like,
Who's Annette?
Nanette, it's the not funny comedy special that we have to say is important
That
to we
everybody-
hate gay
yeah.
people.
Oh.
Yeah, everyone's all like, it's a big to do.
Yeah. It was a big hullabaloo at Skankfest. Everybody's like, we have not watched it, but we are very upset about it.
That's the best kind of upset. Uninformed.
This is unrelated. I just had this mental image of like two teenagers in the 50s who are also addicted to cocaine, and instead of like sharing a milkshake with two straws, it's a bag of blow.
Yeah.
Like each one has like their nostril in one. All right.
That's romantic.
I tuned
right?
out for a minute, and I came back, and I'm lost.
Vote digger.
Okay.
You've missed nothing.
I have my
apparently.
catchphrase. Go on.
Shit, these are all so bad. North Korea is set to return the remains of 55 slain U.S. soldiers. In return, the U.S. will be giving them back their CDs and the blow dryer they left in the bathroom. Yeah, it's like they broke up, guys.
Yeah, I get it. I liked it.
Pretty crazy.
I enjoy.
These two countries, they're not dating. Huh?
This is my favorite version of Connor, where he's like not happy with the joke, so he's just trying to distance himself, ironically, from the podcast he runs.
I don't run it.
I was trying to give you a little credit. I thought it would make you feel
I just
important.
do all the work and blame you guys.
All right.
He's like, welcome to the new show, The Melancholy Boy. Good joke.
That's not snappy. I would have better branding than that.
Welcome to Fuck You Mom and Dad with Connor McSpadden and some jerks.
Yeah, sorry I don't have a fucking tattooed on my neck. This is going to be great forever.
All right, Tom, you're
No, I like your guys' chutzpah. That's how you say that word, right?
Close. It's almost there.
You look like it's just anti-Semitic for you to say any Hebrew word.
I like the Jews.
Yeah, you can tell because you call them the Jews.
Yeah.
And now your
Exactly.
voice went super up, like when you're telling somebody their hat looks good, but it doesn't.
They like saying I'm anti-Semitic for comedy reasons.
Who, the Jews?
Well played, well played. Vote digger. A new study states that cleaning your house once a week does the same damage to your body as smoking a pack of smokes a day. Oof, that's really bad news for all those people who smoke their cleaning supplies. Fuck! I was up till 4 a.m. I had to talk to the owner of the bar. I do a show at till like 2, and the guys, they only get worse.
Tom
Vote
has-
digger. Vote digger.
An important meeting.
She was on coke. It was a thing.
Okay, yeah. Can you come out to the Carmen Bar every Wednesday?
Yeah. She went on this whole tirade.
Very friendly staff.
She was on coke and huffing Windex.
Yeah,
she's
this
great.
lady parties. and
She's
is
awesome.
dead.
Tom's like, Dad, before you start another business, maybe you should try to get this one in order.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to buy something called Celsius.
But they will steal it from an office fridge.
Right.
This joke is very stupid, but I'm not going to make excuses like these two. I will just own that I'm
Hey,
bad
I
writer.
owned everything I did, and I'm proud of it.
A report found that
Simple
Louisiana leads the United States in violent crimes. Many have blamed this rise in violence to the city's annual celebration, Murder Gras.
I've been trying to find an old joke that I didn't.
You fuck.
It's not happening.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, let's go back to the hits I wrote.
I feel like you're just Googling
45 minutes
cheeseburger
ago.
news and hoping for a miracle.
Oh, I got. There's a cheeseburger news story I couldn't find a punchline for. Is Burger King gave a terminally ill dog free cheeseburgers for the rest of its life? Yeah, that was just like they were just like some fucking. I don't know who like is the people that discovers these like Midwestern moms with Facebook accounts and just makes them go viral on Uproxx so that people can be like, wow, it's so inspiring. This bakery gave this fucking dead kid a tub of frosting for him to play in before he, shit himself to death or whatever. But so like she was like, my dog's dying and he loves cheeseburgers, and Burger King was like, oh, we'll get a bunch of free PR. And then send him
What's
a bunch
real
of
gross is
cheeseburgers.
somebody at Burger King seeing a story about a dying dog and like, I smell a PR opportunity.
Yeah, dude. Fucking capitalism's going great. 2 children have fallen victim to the first New York shark attacks in 70 years. Authorities are warning residents to take caution or report any suspicious snapping they hear late at night. It's like West Side Story. You guys all remember West Side Story?
That one's actually real fun.
Yeah, it was one of the one musical I've seen.
Okay, should I do the bad one, the terrible one, or the offensive one?
Oh, the offensive one.
Offensive.
The
Yeah,
offensive
for
one?
sure.
Okay.
The Jews? Okay.
Missouri woman was arrested after letting multiple men rape her 2-year-old daughter. The girl's doctor stated, "Now this is the worst case of terrible twos I've ever seen."
Bro.
You guys requested it.
Well, no, you said offensive, not sexy.
I do want to propose a new name for you guys' podcast, The Terrible Twos.
Fucking yikes, dude.
I wasn't going to do that one.
All right.
I'm glad I did.
I also tuned out trying to find a better joke, but I disapprove, Tom, so,
Yeah.
just to be safe.
You get it. There was a violent rape, and the punchline wasn't quite worth it.
There's a violent rape. The punchline was, it was a child.
Yeah, but enough about Nanette.
Yo.
Man, I'm phoning it in, still hitting half-court shots. You guys don't even understand the level
down.
of broadcasting I operate at.
You made a free throw. Chill.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm making baskets in the other thing.
You were on the basketball court with a hockey stick screaming at the hot dog guy.
Yeah.
All right, last round. The podcast S-Town was sued for revealing personal information of a dead man. In related news, Mean Boys has received a cease and desist letter from lawyers representing a German Shepherd.
yeah. Keith.
I dated a girl who was into bestiality. That's some Mean Boys lore.
You guys want to know the dog story?
I'm not telling the goddamn story.
You brought it up, dude.
I think,
No, I know. I'm just saying I'm not telling the whole... It's not that much of a story. That's
She
the
fucked
beginning.
German Shepherds.
What's up?
She fucked German Shepherds.
No, she watched other people fuck German Shepherds. She wasn't
Yeah.
gross.
And
Not
Keith
as
was
hot
the
as I thought it was
closest
gonna
she
be.
could get.
Yeah.
She didn't fuck the dog. She just fed them hamburgers.
Yeah, what kind of landlord doesn't let a dog in but allows Keith to come over? I mean, I feel like that's kind of a mixed message.
Yeah.
Do you just have a lot of dander?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm flaky and untrustworthy.
Keith, you're beautiful.
Thanks. Somehow that feels more...
Okay. Shit.
Oh, buddy.
This is the last one?
This is the last one.
All right. A man who had sex with a horse told authorities that it gave consent by winking at him. The horse said in a statement, "Hey, that's not a wink, it's a twitch. Also, I'm a guy named Keith. What's the big idea here?"
That's a fucking reach, dude.
Yeah, you're a horse or something.
That was a bigger stretch than the guy who fucked the horse.
Yeah, well, the horse wouldn't be stretched out. I got to figure
I
out.
assumed... I can't imagine anybody fucking a horse and not getting fucked by a horse.
I
feel
feel like fucking a horse is a lot easier because it's
Well,
got a
they
big
can
old
kick you,
horse
though.
pussy.
They can kick you.
All right, call your mom. Let's settle
But
this.
you have to get like a stool and shit like that.
You
Would
could fuck a tiny, like one of those little baby horses.
like a
Yeah.
pony.
Like
a
yeah.
shelter, like
you could
a
just
shelter.
a
do
child
it.
horse.
You could do it wearing your Uncle Sam costume from Walgreens that you saved.
Why do you feel like if you're into fucking horses, what you're attracted to is the big horse dick? Like that's the
Yeah.
horse's...
Or a big
Main
horse
thing.
ass. They got big asses.
That's a very good point, Tom.
Guys,
Huge
let's go fuck a
asses.
horse. Who's down?
Hell yeah.
Got bigger asses than
All right,
ponies.
we get a horse costume, we put me and Tom inside of it, and then we wait.
Oh, yeah.
bigger asses than donkeys.
Are you just
Unicorns
listing
are a
animals that have
question?
smaller asses
Yeah.
than a horse?
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Tom, name 7 animals with a smaller ass than a horse.
Turtles, birds, penguins,
Birds and penguins.
fucking pelicans, unicorns,
You cocksucker.
lions,
A unicorn eats a
and
horse.
tigers.
You're a cocksucker, dude.
Yes,
3 of those birds.
I like birds.
I
man.
don't really feel like they have like an ass. I mean, they shit out of a place, but there's no like. There's, like
They have
ooh.
ass pussies. They're connected.
Yeah, well, they have this
No, that's a duck.
cloaca. Yeah.
I thought that was. I think that's
Well,
all birds.
no one ever says, "Look at the booty on that crow," unless they're a racist pervert in Compton. But I
People
mean,
on mushrooms do that shit.
yeah, but that's not exactly who I'm using as my point of reference for scientific ass analysis.
Is anyone else doing scientific ass analysis?
On birds? No.
Yeah. See, I'm the original. Don't back science into this.
Back science into this?
You fucking moron.
Hey, I'm making points here. All
None
right.
of them good. None of
Yeah,
them good or
yeah.
true or factual.
All right.
Well, I think,
are we done?
Tom has to do... Or,
Oh, yeah,
Tom has
you
one
got-
more.
you got-
Oh, the
one more.
seven birds you can say on television or whatever it did. Isn't good enough? God damn
7
it.
birds you can't fuck in the ass.
Oh, shit. A giant motorized shopping cart was caught driving down the streets of Wisconsin. The driver was heard saying, "Now this is how you shop at Costco." All right. Pelican, seahorse, fucking...
You already said
what's
no.
the long-nosed one? No, elephants have bigger
Stork.
asses.
The long nose one, the Jews.
Whale, Oh, more or less? You want more? Okay, more.
I don't know what I want from you. I just,
people got smaller asses.
Here's what happened. We finally trained you perfectly because I just looked at you and then you just started screaming the name of animals.
Yeah, dude. Elephants got junk in the trunk.
You're fucking zoo books for the mentally ill.
I'm everything for the mentally ill.
Good point. Well, that's it
Welcome
for the Mexican
to the show, guys.
We'll be right back with some more bullshit right after this. And the Mean Boys podcast returns. Before we keep going, quick reminder, if you are in the Pacific Northwest, we are doing a live Mean Boys at the Big Legrowski, August 9th, 10 o'clock. I know. It seems like a very nice venue. It is an aggressively cringeworthy name for a place.
What is a Legrowski?
Well, you know the Lebowski?
I do,
it's
but
like
that's
that,
not how you
but
say
for
his
beer.
name.
Yeah, I know. I think.
Yeah, I got to figure they have like growlers there. Isn't that what we call like a certain container for beer?
God, how great would it be if it just turned out it was a bear bar and that was like if that happened?
I'd be cool with that. I'd be much cooler with that than like a craft brewery where they have a big trivia night.
I'm expecting handlebar mustaches. Many a handlebar mustache.
Suspenders at the ass, my dude.
Yeah.
I've never been more fucking miserable than when I hosted trivia night at a bar, like a microbrewery, because I was just like, I hate all of you people. The fact that you are here means I want you all to die. Like you are just sad idiots.
I can't imagine like a worse situation than you being forced to create gentle fun.
Yeah.
For people who like enjoy their
next
lives.
up, name that 80s lyric. I'm walking on sunshine. Where's that one from?
He just comes in drunk one day. All right, this week the trivia topic is birds you can fuck in the ass. Go.
No, I mean, yeah, I got fired because I told the guy to go fuck himself. And they left like a Yelp review, and he's like, "Oh, why don't you have some more fun up there, man?" And I was like, "I don't know, dude. I'm just trying to get through this." And he's like, "You don't like your job? You've got a pretty good job, buddy." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm just trying to get through the night, man. I'm sorry, whatever." And he's just like, "You getting paid for this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, this is your job. You ought to be smiling." I'm like, "Man," and he's like, "Can you?" And I'm just like, "Okay, dude." And I'm like, "All right, next question." He's like, "Are you going to smile?" I was like, "Are you going to go fuck yourself?"
I think he was trying to fuck you. I think that's what this was.
No, and he's like, he just goes, "Hey, everybody, this guy just told me to go fuck myself." And then, yeah, there's a big hullabaloo, and then I had to be like, okay, which one of these Stranger Things actors also had a small part in a Frito commercial? Like, you know.
My favorite part of that story is that your impression of the trivia guy is like, well, howdy, y'all.
No,
I'm a simple country trivia enthusiast.
He did have like a southern accent.
No, I totally believe it.
He's just one of these dudes who's just like, bro, I make $80,000 a year in real estate. All right, I have an almost paid off Miata. I'm fucking awesome. And I was just like, dude, fucking kill me.
I would fucking love to host a trivia night as long as I can make up the questions.
Yeah, I texted like my trivia boss and I was like, hey man, you're gonna get a phone call, you're gonna have to fire me, sorry about that, I'll help you find a new guy. And he's like, what happened? And he's like, I won't have to fire you. And then like an hour later he's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I hosted a trivia night for a while downtown, and one time I was doing it, and it was like a miserable. It was a bar that ended up. Here's how bad this place was. They got picked up on bar rescue and then closed 3 weeks later. Like they were closed before the episode aired. But I was hosting at one point, and it's like everybody's drunk. There's like 4 tables that are having fun. The rest of them are just like, we came here to get drunk and cheat on our wives. Leave us alone. And all of a sudden, I just see this dude in like a top button only flannel, like a classic cholo, walk over to a table, and in the middle of me reading a question, just fucking cold cock this dude out, and then just left without a word. And it was just this moment of like, do I keep going?
100% yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you just...
Are they playing? Because if not, they lose.
Yeah, and people would come up and be like, I feel like I should get points for this because, and then just pull up a bunch of shit they Google and be like, yeah, that's fine. You can get the points. And they'd be like, you didn't even read it. And I'm like, I don't fucking care.
You have infinity imaginary dork points.
You're playing for an Earthworm Jim poster and a fucking growler full of Corona-themed beer. Like,
Who's Earthworm Jim?
Not the fucking brand of beer, the city. It'd be, named after fucking local cities. And
I'm trying to figure out like what is to Corona what Celsius is to Red Bull. Like their knockoff. Festivo.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. And then then when I hosted the Battle of the Bands, that's dressed as Han Solo. I had to do that for a while.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that was called Band Wars, and they're like, we want you to host the show, and I think I was getting like $75 a show for like a 6-week thing. And they're like, it's called Band Wars, so you got to dress like Han Solo. And I was like, well, I need the money. And I basically had to do 15 minutes in between every band when I've been doing comedy like 2 years. So there'd be like 10 bands. So I just had to like riff for like 3 hours, and it turned into getting a lot of trouble. Like just asking kids in the crowd if they'd seen boobs before, because like I had to be like clean. And I was
how old? Whoa, how old were these people?
Like 8 to 80, Wendy. It was
oh my god.
Yeah, it was the fucking worst. And then one night, everyone leaves after their friend's band goes on, and they fill out their little slip and they go. And with fucking this band called Ironclad goes up, and it's just like white power metal band.
I was gonna say, I bet they did not like the Jews as well.
Yeah, not a fan.
It's
of that.
And that's the night he met Tom.
Yeah.
I got to assume it was spelled with a K.
Yeah, and so I'm up in front of the curtain while like a metal band is like tuning their instruments, just boom, dong, dong, you know, like getting the sound check or whatever. And I'm just like, hey guys, so dating's weird, you know, as a 20-year-old or blah blah blah. And then they just start going Ironclad. Ironclad.
Like you bombed so hard you're about to be killed by a Viking god.
Yeah. And I'm like, am I getting torn apart? Like, am I getting like drawn and quartered by lifted trucks after this for $75 dressed as a Star Wars character?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, speaking of asinine trivia, this is a game we like to play called Which of the Following? The way this works, I'm going to give you 4 things. 3 of them are real. 1 of them is fake. We always do it with a theme. Since you guys have a selfish help, got to remember the branding.
Oh,
branding.
Branding. Always be branding, but it starts with a C, so that reference works. This is a which of the following on the dumbest fucking self-help books I could find online.
Oh, this is going to be a
Yeah,
dream. They're
so-
all real.
They're all on my shelf.
So 3 of these are real. 1 of them is fake. We got a few rounds of this. So round number 1, which of the following is not a real self-help book? A, Pee Standing Up, Tips for Hip Chicks. The face card.
That's for sure real.
That's got it. Yeah.
B, Ready to Mingle, 50 Tips for an Active Love Life After Divorce. C, More Joy, an advanced guide to solo sex. Or D, Dog Sense, 9 relationship tips from your canine companion.
Ooh, hip chicks. I feel like it's the first one.
Okay.
Because I mean, even with the Diva Cup, I don't think anyone's like. I don't think anyone is that. No, the Diva Cup is the period one.
Yes, that.
It's called a Go Girl, right? Is the
Oh,
funnel?
like the piece
that's a
of
yogurt.
cardboard you hold up to your pussy.
Wait, what?
That's a
I
yogurt.
thought you said Gogurt.
Oh yeah. No, it's a.
Wait, is there a mechanism for girls to pee standing up?
It's like a fucking like piece of.
It looks like a little shoehorn.
catheter,
kind of,
right?
And you put it up on your pussy, and then the pee just trickles down it.
We already
a
invented the
Viking.
beer bong. Like, we've made this technology work.
The Scientologist I fucked had a Go Girl in her purse.
That's... What?
Yeah, I don't know why.
What a
but
confusing person.
yeah, and it was like next to all the snacks. And I was kind of like, you never use this, right? And she's like, no, it's for emergencies. And I was like, okay. I
What
do want
emergency
that
where you
granola.
can't squat?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what my thing. Just squat.
Yeah.
And in a case of an emergency, like when I would need to get arrested for urinating in public.
Yeah.
My life is so boring. I'm going to go to jail.
Yeah, like I think you get arrested twice if you're a girl and you're using science to piss in public.
Yeah. Wait a minute. You're peeing on the street and you can read? Take her to the big house.
I'm gonna write you a ticket and give you a rolling pin.
That we're taking away the vote.
Yeah, I'm gonna say A.
All right. Wendy, thoughts?
What was the third one? What was
Third
C?
one was More Joy, an advanced guide to solo sex.
I'm going to guess... God damn it. They all sound real to me. I'm going to guess C, though, is fake.
Okay.
That's solo sex one because that sounds too much like it's real, and I know the fucking dog one's true.
Yeah.
I know that one's true.
Because I'm writing one about cats.
Like, imagine going on a date with a woman, you walk and you see that book on the coffee table, and you're like, oh, now I hate you.
Well, no, you're like, they like sex. This is going to be great.
What, the dog one?
Oh, no. I thought
Well,
You?
all right,
Yes,
yeah, one,
for you.
One several times it happened.
I'm going to go with what they said because they seem smart about this.
Awesome.
well.
That's a very good instinct. You're all wrong. The correct answer was B, Ready to Mingle, 50 tips for an active sex life after divorce.
Oh man, there's no helping those people. It sounds like. Huh?
Nah, they're done.
Yeah, game over, fellas.
Round 2, this is the Men Are Garbage edition. These are all self-help books for dudes. A, how to get over that bitch and grow balls they can't resist. B, how to manage your dick. C, how to lick your way to love. Or D, how to date a white woman, a practical guide for Asian men.
How to manage
Oh,
your dick was
shit.
written by Bush, right?
Yeah.
Vote diggers. I missed D.
D was how to date a white woman, a practical guide for Asian men.
I'm just going to look up a guess of the Joe Rogan Experience and see if I can.
These all have a
reverse
forward by
engineering.
Jordan Peterson.
Yeah. Man, that first one's got to be real. I got it. What was the second one?
How to manage your dick.
I'm going to go that one.
All right.
Yeah. Although, I mean, I could see them being like, no, you got to start thinking of your dick as an employee, you know?
You got to take it in for monthly evaluation.
It's like the old fucking Buddhist proverb, like a mind is a wonderful servant but a terrible master. It's like that, but with your dick. A dick is a wonderful servant but a terrible master. Which is actually kind of true.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes you think, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to manage our dicks with that weird TV Viagra.
Oh, yeah. Doing a little dick management. Giving myself a little Christmas bonus, if you know what I mean.
Oh, you got some TV Viagra?
TV Viagra.
Yeah.
It's the best kind.
I didn't get it from TV. I got it from an ad I saw on the subway. So, you know it's good.
Oh, man, we're going to die.
Well, no. I ordered some. I used some recently. I already ordered some.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
You know, it's like bad for anxiety, right?
I felt pretty relaxed.
Yeah. Not as bad for anxiety as the thing we're doing with it.
Yeah.
This is a weird tease. Anyway, Wendy, thoughts?
I'm gonna go, even though it seems like it's too obvious. I'm gonna go. With the
I wasn't
first one.
having sex. Like, did I leave the oven on?
All right, if I don't come in an even number of strokes, my family's going to get sick.
Connor, why are you washing your hands? Don't worry about it.
It's not even soap, it's lube.
I'm gonna go with A.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not going with A because I want that to be true. And self-help books always have like shitty where they think they're really clever titles.
Right.
Like they think that's really cute and fun.
Right,
to
like
have
they
a
would name it
stupid
something like
fucking title.
Selfish Help or something
Yeah,
where they think they're being real
fucking
clever.
stupid.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with B. I'm
Okay.
gonna go with Connor and go with B.
All right, I'm going to be honest. I forgot all of them. But
Let's pick a letter.
no one's picked D, right?
Nope.
I'm going to go D.
Cool. You're all wrong again. The correct answer is C, How to Lick Your Way to Love.
Son of a bitch. Now that's a book that needs to be written.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
a
get on it.
There's a lot of books about, like, the eat pussy, dumb shit, like, advice guides. And I'm just like, if you're reading a book on eating pussy, you should just accept you're not going to eat
I want to make
pussy.
just a picture of Dr. Phil that's eat pussy, dumb shit. No, available in paperback.
Round number 3.
Oh, by the way, the best pussy eating tip is I think put a pillow under the butt so you don't hurt your neck. You know,
Oh.
gives you a little more stamina.
Protect your neck.
Yeah.
It's from the Poontang clan.
No, I read it in Cosmo one day when I was reading a Cosmo in a waiting room as a bit. At my
as a
girlfriend
bit.
at the time's, I was at my girlfriend at the time's work, so I was just reading Cosmo very casually while she was working as a receptionist. And then I read that pillow thing. I was like, you know, I do get a little bit cramped down there, and I tried it, and I was like, oh wow, this is breezy. You know,
When you say down there, do you mean your neck?
like when
Like
my,
while he's down there.
When
Yeah,
he's
when-
down
my
there.
head's down there. Yeah,
The pussy's on the bottom, Tom.
Right. But the neck is on the top. That's what got
No wonder
confusing.
you're trying to fuck a horse's head. You're like, this is a weird pussy. It's got too many teeth.
He's like, now is a lady's pussy like a bird's pussy? Is it the same as the asshole?
There's all the ones I've seen have shit in them.
Round number 3, the spooky edition. A, The Beginner's Guide to Sex in the Afterlife. B, Fancy Coffins to Make Yourself. C, Become a Ghost Today. Or D, Seduction Techniques for the Modern Vampire.
That one's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
real.
got to be real. Become a ghost today. It's just but here's how you make an exit bag.
Step 1,
It's just
die.
just
Buy
a list
some-
of ways to kill yourself.
Buy some balloon time helium on Amazon and get yourself a bunch of trash bags and packing tape. Next stop, peace.
What was A, B, and C?
I'll just read them all again, Tom, because I feel like you're going to ask it.
I remember D was a no.
A, The Beginner's Guide to Sex in the Afterlife. B, Fancy Coffins to Make Yourself.
That one just says a request to be buried very shallow.
C, Become a Ghost Today. Or D, Seduction Techniques for the Modern Vampire.
I got to figure it's become a ghost today.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was A.
That was C.
Yeah.
What was A?
Tom, fuck you.
Fucking in the afterlife, right? Something
Yeah.
like
Yes,
that,
thank
right?
you.
That's the. I'll put it
All right.
in terms you can understand.
Yeah, you fat goldfish.
doing butt stuff in heaven, so you can understand.
They didn't specify heaven, but
Get your back blown out under the gaze of the Lord.
You even know my dog. If it fucked you in heaven.
See, the building a box one could
That's
also
the song
be
about when Eric Clapton
Building a
takes
box.
ass fell out the window.
a death box. Yeah, that could be a construction book.
His ass was actually named Connor. A lot of people don't know.
I'm gonna go A.
Oh, yeah,
All right,
I think Eric Clapton's kid was named Connor.
Oh, neat.
Fun fact.
Look,
That dead kid's name is Connor.
And this segment where we find out that Eric Clapton's dead son's name was Connor is brought to you by the Zoloft and his sister.
Well, he spelled Connor with one N, so...
Oh, that's not even a real name.
I'm glad that kid's dead.
Yeah.
What'd you think was going to happen, slow hand?
He jumped out the window looking for the missing end.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with A also.
He found it in Papa John's mouth. Am I right, guys?
Hey!
Topical.
Bang.
CAA.
Become a ghost today.
They're rebooting Chelsea lately, but it's me.
You guys are all saying A?
No, we got
No.
2 C's and 2 A's.
Oh.
The correct answer, D, seduction techniques for the modern
What?
vampire.
Fuck.
God, I'm
shocked.
never this good at this game.
Man,
Wow.
how-
Vampires always try to be fucking. That's crazy.
Yeah, they don't need a book.
Keith must be on LSD pitching this no-hit.
No, they also love books.
Well,
That's
they
the
probably,
thing.
but if you're a vampire, if you think about it, you don't need a book because you're living forever, so at some point you'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
After like the 500th year.
Yeah, you're not
like,
going to be
"I-"
700 years old and be like, I'm shy around
Right,
girls.
like, I just don't know what to say.
Yeah,
They're
like,
not real vampires.
Hold on, what?
No way, Tom.
get right out of town.
Come on.
Round number 4. A, how to write book. B, sobriety for dummies. C, just stop having problems, stupid. Or D, get into the friend zone.
I think it's sobriety for dummies.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like they probably, even the Dummies franchise might be a little wary to wander into the angry AA Amazon reviewer, press,
Yeah, exactly.
press core.
Like, what is the fun, gentle humor cartoon you put in front of Chapter 3, apologize to everyone you hurt?
Yeah. How to find your wife's phone number on the dark web so you can make amends.
I think I might do. See, I might do the last. What was the last one? Was D?
Get into the friend zone.
I'm gonna pick that one.
Okay.
The friend zone.
Tom, thoughts?
Okay, I remember what D was.
I hope so
I'm-
because it was literally the last thing that was said.
I'm
Yes.
absolutely not going to read them again. So you're picking one
Don't-
blind.
I'm trying to remember. I'm very
Tell
little
me what you
sleep.
think they were. What do you think A was?
Okay, it was something. It was something about the friend zone. That was D.
Okay, that's you've already failed.
There was something. Fuck.
All right, we're going fast. A.
A was like, oh shit, like
Do you know what fast means?
Yeah.
it was something about pussy was one of them.
Nope. B.
Okay. Oh shit. Fucking. How to be happy.
C.
Fucking. Don't hurt you.
That's like one that you like Google translated from a different language. Do not hurt you.
I think that one was the closest.
Nope,
Actually,
not one of them
That
was
was-
even kind of
That was
correct.
Borat taking
do
the
you guys
Hippocratic Oath.
remember any of them?
Yeah. Is this who is America? Hold on. Are you tricking us?
Sidebar: everybody can stop tweeting me the picture of the guy drawn in poop from This Is America. I know it looks like me.
Yeah, it looks,
What?
it looks
Yeah.
a lot like him.
Yeah, I'll show you after this,
Oh,
but
I
it looks
can't wait.
identical to me. It's a real fucking bummer.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Well, because somebody said it to me with no context, and I'm like, oh, neat, what a fun thing. And then I saw it's like he's drawn in shit. I'm like, tight.
Did you go yet?
The get it together, stupid.
Close enough.
Which one was that?
C.
That was
I knew
C?
stupid was in there.
Oh yeah, just stop having problems, stupid. That sounds like a fucking book. That
Yeah.
would-
What was A?
How to write book.
Okay, I'm gonna go B. I don't remember what it was. But I'm going
Sobriety
B.
for
Do you want to hear the most infuriating thing? Tom is right. It was B, sobriety for dummies.
Yeah. Oh, we're on the
Son of
board,
a bitch.
dude. Me and Tom tied up.
Last round. These are all real or all fake. All right. A, how to be Pope. B, how to succeed in business without a penis. C, how to avoid huge ships. Or D, cooking with Coolio.
Do you want to know how like internalized sexism has fucked me up? I was like, wait, so this is a book about guys who lost their dicks? Because I was like, at no point did it occur a woman in the business world. It'll never happen. Get out of town.
In A, how do they spell Pope? They spell it
They
normal?
spell it Pope. you dumb
Okay,
shit.
all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go all real.
How would that have been the issue?
I have thinking.
I want your theory right now.
yeah, fucking explain yourself.
I don't know. This community seems very like into asterisks and emojis, and like it's a pope. There's a hat involved. I just feel like
Was it the
more-
word pope or was it a papal hat and prayer hand emoji?
Here's what
I just need to know.
What I love is that I know less about what Tom is talking about than I did before he explained it.
I think they're all real.
He just shoplifted knowledge out of me.
Yeah, I'm going to say all real too.
Cool.
I'm going to guess all real.
All right.
All real.
Correct answer. Those are all real.
Hey, my logic worked.
What's how to be?
No, it didn't.
No.
I got it right.
There was no logic.
It was a 50-50 shot.
Look, just because you can't follow it doesn't mean it's not real.
Yeah, all right. All real or all fake? I pick 7. Shit. Well, that's it for Which of the Following. We will be right back with the Mean Boys mailbag right after this.
Bag of mail.
And the Mean Boys podcast returns to take a dip into the Mean Boys mailbag.
It's a Mean Boys mailbag. Fuck everything. God is dead. Send us an email or give us a call. Have you ever heard the one about keeping the dog? It's a motherfucking Mean Boys mailbag.
As always, tweet us your questions, post them on Facebook, Instagram, or leave us a voicemail. What's the voicemail number, Carl?
304-805-MEAN.
Yeah, or 6326 for everybody who's too dumb to know how letters work. Angel Escalante asked, would you guys ever do Burn Booth at Comic-Con or any other convention again?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, Burn Booth sucks. And also, so does Comic-Con. Have you guys ever been to Comic-Con?
Once, yeah, in Miami.
It's fucking terrible. Oh,
Nice.
my God, Miami Comic-Con seems like it might be fun.
Well, because everyone, it's the same, but everyone's just like salsa dancing. Everyone's doing the flamenco.
We have Cubans, which are just like more fun Mexicans.
Right,
Like,
absolutely, yes. They're way more fun
If
Mexicans.
we're ranking the just overall festivity of
Are we
Latinos,
seriously gonna-
Cubans are near the top.
Yep.
We're ranking Latinos now? Is that what we're
Not in
doing?
terms of
now?
quality of
Yeah.
human, but in terms of just like outward fun, man.
It still sounds a little weird to just be like, let's rank the Latinos.
All right, look, we'll open it up to every race. Number 1, white people. The rest. Number 3, the...
Oh, you heard her here first.
Well, I mean, you said we're saying talking races of humans, so I don't know if they're even valid. in
Oh,
this
yeah, we have
Yeah.
to go to subcategory lizard.
Didn't say lizard. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Somehow I'm the woke one today?
Yeah, you fucked up too early, and now you're like, oh no,
Yeah,
you got to dig out of that baby rape joke grave.
Yeah,
You guys asked for that baby rape joke grave.
Sure did.
We
Jim.
did not.
Yeah, speaking of a joke digger, you've been trying to come back out of that the
Vote
whole
digger.
show.
Vote
Yeah, you
digger.
know the Jews are always.
I get worried every time you do it.
Pull your microphone up.
Yeah. The Bad Vibe podcast asked, if you had to fuck one New York comic, who would it be? My pick is Robert Kelly with Big J. Okerson as an alternate.
I don't know. Who could do the most for my career?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I know the Cumtown fan base...
Louis.
The Cumtown fan base adamantly hates us, but I'm going to be honest, Nick Mullen could get it.
Yes.
Right? He's weirdly hot in like an autistic kind of way.
Yes,
Like,
and he's hot, and he's like very. I heard him on Tim Dillon's show, and he was great on that, and so serious, and he's funny. But I was like, I like him. He's got a cute little mustache.
yeah, the mustache.
and I could physically overpower him.
That's the thing. He push comes to shove, I could fight Nick Mullen.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it. Yeah, he's cute. I'm sorry, I lost the microphone in my horny frenzy.
You just got so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Robert Kelly, because he probably he's got. I could just pretend it's a lady's big old butt, you know.
Okay, I'm going to go Damian Holmes because we won't talk about it afterwards. It'll be a one-time thing, and we'll still be friends and forget about it immediately.
He's somehow fucking you missionary position, but not making eye contact.
No, neither of us are
World War
making
III,
eye
sorry.
contact.
Yeah.
I'll just use it as like, hey, there was an attractive dude, ladies.
Or maybe
Ah,
Jim Norton, because I could play dress up. It would be fun.
Jim Norton probably wouldn't like fuck that good, but he'd probably be like a fun hang afterwards.
Yeah, but I could take across pooping on somebody off the bucket list or whatever.
Damien, text me.
This is how we gained Tom.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weirder to ask you guys. It's more fun when we're just being.
Oh,
gay.
well, I mean, I'm
I
gonna.
guess L.A. comic. What's an L.A. comic you guys would
Yeah.
do?
Well, I thought, wait, are
Or
you
New
guys
York.
LA or New York?
I'm LA. I feel like I'm going to answer New York because no one else did it. Wendi Starling. I would fuck Wendi Starling.
Yeah.
I have to deal with her every day. I'm not going to say that. That's stupid.
Just working out the frustration of the podcast sometimes.
Exactly. Oh, like a
We'll lean you
classic
up
hate
against a
fuck
cup
once
of
a week.
pens.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I also would fuck myself.
You did by agreeing
Excellent
to be
answer.
here.
Yes, thank you.
Fuck. Do we have anything in the email or?
Yeah, I'm looking, and it's none of it's super readable.
It's all just the word Pope and emojis.
Yeah.
The emoji pope.
Oh wait, did someone sent us an essay?
What?
Wait, so
Like
okay.
on Rome?
Or maybe I.
Wait. Why? What? It's the
Like,
Pope thing. You're really into the Pope thing.
It's a Hannibal
It seems to
thing.
be an
It's a
essay
long-
written about the show, or maybe I just posted to the subreddit. Maybe give you credit, maybe don't. Either way, the people have to know that what has happened. BuzzFeed has just made an expose on the Mean Boys podcast. Read it for yourself.
What?
Oh, is he doing a bit?
Maybe. I don't know.
This seems like some shit for the bonus.
Yeah, it says, if you support the Mean Boys podcast, you are ending the world and racist. A small podcast named Mean Boys has only a few hundred iTunes reviews, but it's making waves across America with their Trans-American tour. But there's no love for trans in this Trans-American journey. They're spreading the mansplaining privilegist hate. The podcast is hosted by a disgusting trio, Connor McSpadden, Keith Carey, and Tom
nice.
Goss.
Yeah.
The theme is apparently comedy.
The disgusting trio is the appetizer platter at an Applebee's.
The real star of the show, however, is Connor McSpadden, who is the whitest in America, even without the deplorably Irish name, which otherizes people of color. Otherizes? I guess a word. He probably has the same birthday as Hitler, too.
Yeah, this is BuzzFeed.
He stands head and shoulders above his co-hosts Carey and Goss because he is thinner than both of them. The leader of this podcast, who reads all emails and reads all quizzes, got that position because of his thinnest privileges. I'm getting bored.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nice try.
Good
whoever.
attempt, fella.
Nice try.
You know who that is? That's that guy from Trivia. That's that guy that you told to go fuck off.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, podcast boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And I hope you smile when you read this
And
out
now I'm
loud.
gonna ride my tractor on down to the pub quiz.
Oh, this is
Rick
true.
and Morty and shit.
I forgot. We did do an episode called "We Blame the Slaves," which was doesn't look
I
great on
can't dress it up
paper.
with
To
the
be
Tom
fair, it was Tom's topic, and he was referring to the Jew slaves.
Yeah,
so
you know.
calm down,
OG
everybody.
Slaves classic.
Yeah, we were talking about the pyramids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might have actually been one.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point we should definitely read the the essay that was written about my Yu-Gi-Oh episode of This Is Rad about how I can no longer support a podcast that uses ableist language in discussing my favorite card game.
Yeah, Connor went on a podcast about Yu-Gi-Oh! And called a bunch of people retarded, and so the one retarded guy got real mad at him.
Yeah.
Well, and you said the word retarded, and that's ableist language. That sounds like disableist language.
Hey, whoa.
Boom.
I don't know if anyone's ever told you this. You're a real firecracker.
Oh, wild card Starling.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I think it's it
Disabled
for
people are offensive.
I think it's it for the podcast this week, fellas.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
it's
Wendy,
not-
Megan, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah,
This is
where
great.
can they follow you on the social media and shit?
At JammersPod.
Yep, that's on Twitter and Instagram. My Twitter's at Wendi Starling. Instagram at WendyBird82.
My Instagram's at Handsome Party Butt.
Shut up. don't follow Megan on Facebook.
It's my birth name.
Yeah. All right, do we anyone want to plug? August 9th, Big Lugrowski in Portland. August 10th, Jai Tai in Seattle. We'll be doing stand-up there.
Yep. Tom, you got anything?
Yeah, the 5th, 6th, and 7th, I will be at, I'll be headlining the Chicos. So come to that if you can't come to the other things.
That's in Fresno, California.
Yes, in
There you go,
Fresno.
champ.
No, it's in Clovis, Thank you, Keith. Clovis, California. The Chicos, the one of the 8 De Chicos.
Cool. Awesome. This is the worst plug since what happened to that kid in your earlier joke. All right. That's it, everybody.
Fuck everything. God is dead.
Crazy.